Brand new, unchalked, unplayed Jim Pierce custom cue just into the inventory here at Crossroad Cues. Here's a really good opportunity for somebody to pick up a nice six-pointed, kind of a Southwest style Jim Pierce. The reason I say that, if you look at the rings that are on this beautiful cue, they are Southwest style. And then the 6 straight Gaboon Ebony, by the way, jet black points that are going into the beautifully stained, highly figured Birdseye Maple nose. And we'll get into that in just a moment. But this type of design is what we call a Southwest style. Southwest style. Of course, Jim Pierce. Jim Pierce. This is the guy that makes these extra clean, tight, and crisp custom cues. The finish is so clear that it looks like a mirror. I always say it looks like glass, right? But it's got that really nice shine to it. At the beginning of the video, what I was saying, this is an opportunity for somebody to pick up a nice pointed Jim Pierce for under $2,000. His Merry Widow cues, we sell almost instantly whenever we put them up online. And the Merry Widow cues. So in other words, for those of you that are a little bit newer to cues, a Merry Widow cue would not have any points, okay? So no points. It wouldn't have this amount of work in it by far, and it would only come with one shaft. A Merry Widow cue by Jim Pierce sells about as quick as we can put it up. As soon as you blink your eye, because everybody knows that they play really good and they're really well built, they sell for low to mid-teens. Here's a pointed Southwest style with a Italian Scotch leather wrap, by the way. So that's called Wild Scotch, I believe, but that's Italian leather. Italian Scotch leather. Look at the texture on that. It sort of favors Spanish bull in a way, but this is more, I guess you could say, a cleaner, crisper look than Spanish bull. Spanish bull has more of like a rugged look. I love that. It's one of my favorite wraps. But this has about the same type of feel, nice texture to it. That is a genuine leather wrap. I love how Jim did the stained Birdseye Maple. Now, in case it's not picking it up accurately on camera, that is a grayish stain. It's got a grayish stain to it. Look at all the birdies in there. Really heavily figured. That is a 3/8 modified pin. That is a T34 joint, so it's white T34. That is a non-ivory, of course. It is a material that really is just about identical to Juma. So if you like the way Juma plays, T34 is going to play just like it. Not too hard, not too soft. Nice, firm, clean, and crisp hit. Look at this. Nice and straight. Brand new, unchalked, unplayed. You've got the highly figured Birdseye Maple in the butt sleeve. And then I like how he does this ebony deco or beauty ring, you can call it, at the bottom there. Some people call it a deco band or a deco ring. And then again, you've got the Southwest style ring work at all positions. So if I count one shaft, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 5 position ring work. Some people don't count the shaft, then you can say 4 position ring work on the cue. You've got the Pierce Custom Cues logo right there on the bottom. The specs are on the post. This comes with a Canadian Hard Rock maple shaft, and it comes with one of Jim's world famous, not a Killwood, that's a Killwood shaft, T34 ferrule, and then you have the ultra skin black tips, ultra skin tips. I like the way they play. They do play similar to Kamui mediums. If you like the Kamui medium, you'll like the way those play a lot. Jim's taper is by far one of my all-time favorite tapers, okay? He's got a little bit longer of a taper. It's not like a real thick taper, what they call a conical. This is a longer taper. It is a modified Zamboni taper. Rodney Morris, the world famous pool player, Moscone Cup champion, U.S. Open champion, and on and on and on and on and on. A good friend of ours, also a good friend of Jim Pierce's. Rodney plays with the Pierce Q. Rodney plays with one of Jim's Killwood shafts, and he actually sent a Zambodi shaft that he just loved to play with to Jim, and Jim modified that taper, and it became what is now the Jim Pierce taper on all of his Qs. So there you go, unchalked, unplayed, brand new. Here's an opportunity to pick up a 6-pointer by Mr. Jim Pierce with a high-performance Killwood and a nice maple shaft under $2,000. If you're watching this video, do me a favor and check with us to make sure that it is still in stock. My number is always listed, or you can easily contact us through the website crossroadqs.com. We buy, sell, and trade Qs. We ship them all over the world. If you have any Qs that you would like to sell, or we have a consignment aspect to our business, a consignment program, do me a favor, hit me up, crossroadqs.com. Jimmy Pierce in the house.